All right, so let's move on to the EC2 section. Now, this is the second AWS service which you are going to be learning, EC2. Now, what is EC2? Before I talk about EC2, I want to make sure that you are going to be understanding what it is. So imagine you actually have a laptop, or let's say we all know what a laptop is, right? And well, if you are not technical, you might not know what a laptop consists, right? If you have a laptop, it usually consists of what we call the CPU. And think of the CPU as the brain of the computer. It simply does the work. And then another thing a computer contains is what we call the RAM. Now, this RAM is just for short-term memory that helps it work faster. Imagine I want you to cook a special food for me, and I want you to use some certain kind of ingredients and procedures. What I need to do is to write them in a piece of paper and then give it to you as the cooker, right? And then you need to follow that procedure. And that's just simply for a short period of time, right? So that's kind of what the RAM is. It just allows the computer to remember some certain things for a short time. And then the computer also has what we call the storage. Now, the storage are where your files are kept, like your pictures, videos, just basically your files. And then one of the most important things that makes up your system is what we call the operating system. And if you are using your phones, we have Android, and Android is an example of operating system, and iOS. Okay, but if you are using simply laptops or computers as Windows, Linux, or macOS, you need to select the operating system which you want to use, and then of course followed by the keyboard, your screen, your mouse. And you need to also set up your network for your computer or for your phone, okay, if you are using that analogy. So in simple terms, it's just a complete computer you can use to run programs, browse, store files, and even create a server. Okay, so that's simply what a laptop is. Now, the reason why I'm explaining this is because EC2 is very similar to what we are about to talk about. So EC2 is just the cloud version of what I just explained now, right? So instead of you buying a physical laptop, AWS gives you a computer, and we call that a virtual computer. It's called virtual because you can't see it with your eyes, just right in front of you, right? So virtual. Okay, so what we are going to do now is EC2 is simply a virtual computer, and this virtual computer is usually called EC2 instance in AWS. So in a cleaner sentence, EC2 is a service from AWS that lets you rent a computer on the internet. Okay, and then EC2 instance is the actual computer you create. Okay, so if you created a computer, a virtual computer, okay, it's exactly called an EC2 instance. Now, what does EC2 stand for in AWS? Now, EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Compute. And this E in EC2 stands for elastic. Okay, elastic just simply means you can make your computer bigger or smaller when needed. Imagine you bought a computer yourself, maybe at a store there. It's the size that you bought that would always be the size. It's the RAM that it comes with it that would always be the RAM, right? But in AWS, when you get an EC2, it can scale bigger or smaller depending on what you are using it to do. That's why it's called elastic. Then the second one, which is the compute. Now, this compute is just the processing power, okay, the work the computer has to do. Okay, so if you're simply using a computer, of course you want a computer with a much higher processing power based on what you're doing. If you're doing something simple, you get there's always that higher processing power if you need it. Okay, and the cloud, which is the last one here in this case, it just simply means it lives on the internet and not in your room. Okay, that's why that's where the cloud is. Okay, good. So in simple terms, EC2 is just a flexible cloud computer. You can start, stop, and even resize, that is scale as needed. So it could scale in or scale out. Now, these are some of the things you could use EC2 for. You could use EC2 to host websites and web apps. Okay, so this website we all use in our everyday life. Every single time we all visit a website, right? So if you want to deploy it, EC2 is right there for you. You can also use EC2 to run backend servers, okay, like APIs and databases as well. Okay, just like you go to a website now, maybe google.com, all of those things you are seeing, as soon as google.com shows up on your phone, it's coming from Google server. Okay, so you can actually create a server for yourself, or if a company asks you to do so. Okay, and you can also use EC2 to test and develop your environment. So maybe you are building an app or a website and you want a development environment or a testing environment. EC2 is right there for you. You can use it to run softwares that needs compute 24/7. Okay, and then lastly, you can scale your apps when traffic increases. That is, for example, if you build an app, if there are about 1,000, 2,000 users and it scales up to 10,000, 20,000 users, with EC2 it can scale automatically, and that means you need to pay more in this case. So if you want to create an EC2, these are some terms you need to know. Okay, for example, if you want to create an EC2, the first thing we need to do is to create an EC2 instance. Or when we are done creating an EC2 instance, we simply call it EC2, by the way, which is just like the laptop itself or the computer itself. Okay, and when you are creating your EC2 instance, you will need to select your operating system, but we don't call it operating system here. We call it AMI, which means Amazon Machine Image. Don't worry about that term for now. And then you need to choose the laptop size or power, like the CPU, the storage, all together at once, and we call that instance types. And after that, you need to select what we call a key pair. Think of a key pair as like a password or a login to your EC2, and then of course so just simply call it the key pair right in this case. Okay, and then the last one right here is what we call a firewall. A firewall is who enter, what you can allow or what you don't want to allow, but here we call it security groups. Okay, it's just an extra layer of security to allow what you want or not. And then lastly, the storage. Now the storage, think of it like a memory card, but when it comes to computer, we just simply call it a hard drive. Okay, so with all of this, these are all the things you need to set up when you want to create an EC2. Okay, so these are some of the parts you need to know. So in summary, EC2 is just a way of giving us a computer on the internet. Okay, it's just like renting a computer from Amazon, right? And or like a laptop. So the laptop in the cloud is called an instance. So let's say you already gotten the computer or you gotten the laptop now, it's simply called an instance. So if you want to create it now, they will say create instance or launch instance, right? Okay, good. So when we create one, we just simply choose the operating system, its power, login, security, and the storage. Now to finalize this properly, this EC2 is one of AWS most popular AWS offering, as one of the most popular AWS service. And then of course we now know what it means, elastic cloud compute. And this EC2 is an example of infrastructure as a service. Remember, infrastructure is just simply renting of your service, okay, and then you have more control over whatever thing you rent in AWS. Okay, so just basically renting, okay, and then it mainly consists of not just all what I said earlier. Okay, it consists of the renting virtual machines, okay, which is the instance itself. It also consists of storing data. You can also store data with it, and that's what we call the elastic EBS volume. Okay, we also have the elastic load balancer, which allows you to distribute load across machines. You can also auto scale, which I mentioned earlier. You can scale in or scale out based on the traffic. So knowing EC2 is just the very fundamental understanding of how the cloud works. And these are some of the things you need to set up when you want to set up your EC2. And I've talked about this. You need your AMI, your operating system, the CPU, the RAM, and how much storage space you need, and the network attached and the hardware attached. You also need what we call a network card. Okay, that's all simple to set up. I'm going to show us that. Remember, I mentioned security group, which is like the firewall. You need to allow what you want to allow inside your EC2 instance. And then lastly, you need a bootstrap script. A bootstrap script is just a configuration at first launch. say you want to order food, you just maybe simply want some certain things with it. You are also going to get it alongside when it comes, right? So you don't need to request for it again. It's just like you want to install an application, you simply install everything once and you don't need to install it again when you're trying to use your phone. Okay, that's kind of what Bootstrap script is. So we're going to set it up immediately. We want to launch our EC2 instance. So we've also talked about the setting up, and this setting up, we usually call it the user data. Okay, it's just simply a script that you need to write. Okay, it's more like a coding language or a programming language, but you don't need to actually understand it. Basically, it's a bash language. All right, so but we are going to set it up in this case, so it just allows you to install updates. Maybe anytime you start your instance, your EC2 instance, install the update every time you start it. But the software doesn't install the software every single time, it just installs it once. Okay, that's because that's the first time you are setting up your instance. Okay, and you can download common files on the internet. Just think of it as a script, okay, that runs with the root user. Okay, you execute it once and then you have it. So these are some instance types. Okay, and I'm going to show you that practically. Just think of this instance types as the the laptop size that you simply want. Okay, and we have these different sizes like T2 micro, which comes with one virtual CPU, 1 GB memory, and the storage is EBS only. Okay, and the elastic block store. And then we have the network, which is low to moderate, which is fairly okay. So we have these different sizes here. So the higher the size, the more you pay for. Okay, so but we are going to be using the free tier in this case, which is up to 750 hours per month. So that's enough for our practice right in this case. Okay, so let's get started practicing this.